Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Sequoia, and here I share travel and food, and specific from my background of having worked in a restaurant for almost a decade, and I currently have a travel business. So in this week's video, I'm going to be sharing a couple etiquette tips for restaurant reservations. It continues on the theme of how to have a better guest experience at a restaurant. So if you have a reservation and you are going to be late, and there are apps now like with Resi that they will have, the restaurants can edit and put their policy, because I know some restaurants might charge for it. It's changed quite a bit with the pandemic, but it is, and while some restaurants it can get noisy in certain times, but most likely someone will answer the phone that's dedicated to the reservations, and they will be able to assist you, and it's just really great etiquette. It's respectful of them, their jobs, everyone working there, to let them know, to actually call and let them know. And then you're speaking with somebody else on the other line instead of through an app, which is very transactional. So that's one thing. And this also leads to, if you aren't going to be able to make your reservation at all, or you've changed plans, please let them know, because not showing up to your reservation is really like the last thing you want to do. And it's understandable it happens, but it happens way more than it should be. And I think that's not respecting the restaurant and their reservations, because there are other people who want to go, and then people just don't show up. So like you might do for a friend's place, like you wouldn't just not show up to a friend's place when you're invited for dinner. You would let them know if something happens. So please treat restaurants. I know some restaurants are huge and some are very small, but for the majority of restaurants, I believe, in the world are small and run by maybe a family or a couple or an individual. And it's just being very mindful and respectful of what they're doing and the experience that they're providing. And then it helps you, because I know it is a phone call to make, but that little phone call can make a very big difference, because especially now with these apps, for reservation apps, the restaurant will have a record of the guests and like who don't show up, like it's called a no-show, and they will have a record of that. So even if you do walk in, you don't have a reservation and you're a walk-in, if they get your name and you're in the system, then that'll go on your history too, which you might have not known that, and which is why you get like emails with like review your experience. That's also really helpful. So if you would like to review your experience, I will do another video about how to delicately and respectfully deal with a bad experience, because I know it's probably very easy to just go on Yelp and it was like one person, but there is an etiquette to that, because like I mentioned in a video here, the server is not the only person getting the tips. It goes to a team like that's supporting them, especially in finer dining. There might be sommelier, even some hostesses, and also the server assistants or support staff, runners. They're also a part of the team that are getting these tips. So the server might be the face of maybe an error, or they might be the cause of an error, but that doesn't mean that you should deduct the tip. It's not just them that's affected, it's other people. So I will do another video about that. And yeah, that's really just the restaurant etiquette for this week. And in order for you to have a better experience, just be mindful of this etiquette, and as there is a human on the other side, right, of anything that we do for the most part. So if you call and you're talking to someone, you can get their name. If there's an issue, you can even reference the name. But it really just makes, if you have to be on the other side of that phone call, it just makes it like, hello, I won't be able to make our reservation. I'm sorry. Thank you very, very much for calling, is what they'll likely say. Or if you're going to be running late more than like, say, 15 minutes, I've definitely called even if I was running late like 5 or 10 minutes, just as a form of, because over communication can never be an issue. So I hope this video was really helpful for you, especially if you've never worked in the restaurant industry, you're curious about the restaurant industry. I will do one more video, but also let me know below in the comments if there's any sort of video related to the restaurant industry, travel, food that you would like to see. And thank you so much for watching.